How to be an effective role model for your children. Being a positive role model actually requires effort, forethought, and self-control for most parents. Because your children are watching you all the time, your actions, beliefs, and attitudes become integrated into your children's way of being. Therefore, it is very important that you be very intentional about what behaviors you model for your children. Being aware of this huge responsibility can encourage you to better yourself. For example, if you do not want your child to smoke, then one of the most effective ways you can communicate that is to quit smoking yourself or not start in the first place. Walk the talk. Unfortunately for parents, the saying "do as I say, not as I do" simply does not work. Children can sniff out hypocrisy like a bloodhound, and they gain the most from parents who demonstrate consistency between their actions and their values by walking the talk. If you don't want your children to lie to get out of going to school by feigning illness, then you best not lie about taking a sick day from work. If you don't want your children to spend excessive time on technology devices, you have to limit your use of the same devices. Kids respect adults who live by the rules they preach. Hypocrisy disillusions children and sends them looking for alternative role models to follow. Model through your words. Your children are not only watching you carefully for clues about how to be, they are also listening to you. The way you speak, what you speak about, and the opinions you express will influence their values. Focus on positives you can model for your children. Ask yourself what kind of people you want your children to become, and then consider what you can do to model the behaviors and attitudes that would reflect that kind of person. This is another way of saying that it is helpful for you to examine your own values. Build strong relationships with your children. You will be a larger influence in your children's lives if you have a warm and nurturing relationship with them, and your children are more likely to emulate you if they feel close to you and supported by you. Give them unconditional love in a safe environment that also provides consistent, firm, and flexible discipline so they know what is expected of them. Listen to them without judgment when they are upset. Share your own feelings with them so they get to know you. Share some of your choices and decision making as examples to guide them. Build a connection with them based on trust so they know they can count on you when they need you, and so that they learn to be trustworthy in return. Be forgiving of mistakes. Nobody is perfect, neither you nor your children. That means that mistakes will be made. What is most important when mistakes are made is the way you handle the situation. When you or your children or someone else makes an error, are you unforgiving or accepting? Do you deal calmly with the situation to resolve it, or do you berate the perpetrator? Do you get angry and look for someone to blame, or do you assess what has gone wrong and consider what can be learned to avoid a repetition? Modeling through your actions. Your children will see you living these lessons if you are kind to yourself when you make a mistake and if you are accepting of them when they do. Additionally, if you address problems and conflicts in your own life, such as trying to lose weight or dealing with a difficult neighbor, and share the process with your children in an age-appropriate way, you can encourage your children to address their concerns similarly. You are modeling for your children an approach to life that includes ongoing growth, learning, improvement, and development. What a great life lesson for your kids to learn. It takes so much pressure off them. They don't have to be perfect, because you have modeled for them how to treat themselves and others when the inevitable mess-ups happen. What a hopeful and optimistic attitude to pass on to your kids. Tips for effective role modeling. Include your children in family discussions, and use these as ways to show them how people can get along with others and work together. Practice what you preach. Children notice when you don't. Work towards a healthy lifestyle by eating well and exercising regularly. Avoid making negative comments about your body and other people's too. Not only will you be healthier, but you will send an important message about body image and acceptance. Show that you enjoy education and learning. If you